As a Christian, it's essential to critically evaluate the sources of information we consume, especially when it comes to the mainstream media. Unfortunately, the mainstream media has consistently demonstrated a bias against Christian values and principles, making it challenging for believers to trust the information presented. There are several reasons why Christians should approach the mainstream media with caution. Firstly, the mainstream media often promotes a secular worldview that contradicts biblical teachings. Many news outlets and media programs present a perspective that is rooted in humanism, relativism, and atheism, which are fundamentally at odds with Christian beliefs. This can lead to a distorted representation of reality, where Christian values are marginalized or dismissed as outdated or intolerant. For instance, the media's portrayal of issues like abortion, same-sex marriage, and religious freedom often reflects a secular perspective that disregards the biblical stance on these matters. Secondly, the mainstream media has a history of misrepresenting or distorting Christian teachings and practices. Christians are often caricatured as intolerant, bigoted, or ignorant, while their beliefs and values are reduced to simplistic stereotypes. This can be seen in the way the media covers Christian events such as revivals or conferences, where the focus is often on controversy or perceived extremism rather than the genuine faith and devotion of the participants. Moreover, the media's obsession with scandals and controversies within the Christian community, such as clerical abuse or financial impropriety, can create a misleading narrative that perpetuates negative perceptions of Christianity. Thirdly, the mainstream media frequently censor or ignore stories that are pertinent to Christians or that highlight the positive impact of Christian faith. For example, the media's coverage of persecuted Christians around the world is often scant or non-existent, despite the fact that Christians face some of the most severe persecution globally. Similarly, the media rarely reports on the numerous charitable and humanitarian endeavors undertaken by Christian organizations, which are making a significant difference in the lives of millions of people worldwide. This selective reporting creates an inaccurate narrative that Christianity is irrelevant or inconsequential, when in fact, the Christian community is a vibrant and dynamic force for good in the world. Fourthly, the mainstream media's agenda-driven reporting can lead to manipulation of public opinion, which can have serious consequences for Christians. By selectively presenting information and shaping the narrative, the media can influence how people perceive and respond to issues that are important to Christians. For instance, the media's handling of issues like religious freedom or the sanctity of life can create a groundswell of public opposition to Christian values, making it more challenging for believers to advocate for their rights and convictions. Lastly, the mainstream media's increasing reliance on social media platforms has created an ecosystem where misinformation and disinformation can spread rapidly. This can be particularly problematic for Christians, who may be more susceptible to false or misleading information that is presented as factual. The proliferation of fake news and propaganda on social media can create confusion and division within the Christian community, making it more difficult for believers to discern truth from falsehood. In conclusion, as a Christian, it's essential to approach the mainstream media with a critical and discerning eye. The media's bias against Christian values, its misrepresentation of Christian teachings, its censorship of Christian stories, its agenda-driven reporting, and its vulnerability to misinformation all contribute to an environment where Christians cannot trust the mainstream media to provide accurate and balanced information. Instead, Christians should seek out alternative sources of news and information that align with their values and principles, such as Christian media outlets or online resources that provide a biblically informed perspective on current events. By being mindful of these limitations and biases, Christians can navigate the complex media landscape with confidence and discernment, staying informed while remaining true to their faith.